This is, I think we've talked about this before, but when you see the superlatives come out and you see Devin Dampier as a newcomer and Sam Levitt, as we start this season, now obviously everything is fluid and can change. This is by far, you mentioned the offensive defensive lines. That's good news for the quarterbacks, especially on the offensive side, because this is already a deep league when it comes to returning quarterbacks. You start going through blue bloods across the country, and a lot of them have new guys this year.
Yeah, and I mean, that's also a huge storyline, Paul, this conference is loaded at quarterback. And, whereas last year it was like Shadur Sanders and then a bunch of other question marks, many of those question marks were answered this past season. And so BYU is going through it right now, trying to figure out without Jake Retzloff, who's going to be their quarterback, given the situation they're dealing with there. UCF is probably a little bit unsure. I would be shocked if Julian Lewis started at Colorado, but, you can probably count on one hand the amount of teams that don't have the position solidified, and maybe even less than that. Like, it might even just be UCF, and BYU even might have a sense of who they've got. So, I think that says a lot about the conference, the talent that they have at quarterback. Like, I think they've got maybe 3 NFL quarterbacks, maybe more than that, but at least where the season starts, Sam Levitt, Rocco Becht, and Sawyer Robertson are 3 guys to me that are NFL quarterbacks. I think Baron Morton has a chance to add his name to the list if he can have a big year this year. So, I don't think there's any question that this, and then especially compared to the SEC and the Big Ten, who lost, a boatload of experienced and well-known starters. A bunch of these teams are recycling 4- and 5-star quarterbacks through, but in terms of, known guys, it's basically, Vanderbilt and Florida, and a few other here or there. But for the most part, it's, the most experienced and best quarterbacks from before the season starts are in the Big 12.